If you're still early game in Hello Kitty Island Adventure, you've probably noticed Mount Hothead, the volcano. So I have streamed most of my gameplay in Hello Kitty Island Adventure. You can find those videos up on the channel. They tend to be timestamped. So if there is a quest or an area you want to see how it was navigated in real time, those can be really useful for that. But on day 3 of playing this game, it was my day off from streaming. I still recorded luckily because in my jumping around and exploring the way that I do, I ended up inside the volcano. And so that's what this video is just showing you how on day 3 I went up and all the way through the volcano, fished in the lava, and caught all the critters inside. Just in case it helps you, maybe you're stuck trying to get up the volcano, maybe you're already inside the volcano and you're not sure how to proceed. I'll also include the chests that I opened and the Gudetama that I found. I didn't find them all on my first pass through. One of them I only found a few weeks in when my camera happened to glitch. Maybe I'll patch that in. But hopefully this helps you if you're still early game and trying to navigate the volcano. So from the fast travel point, I headed all the way left to where there's these pools of lava on the side, and they seem to give you some places where you can hang on, you can climb up, you can jump on top of them. And then I just kept going up and then standing anywhere that I could. You'll see that I had really increased my stamina at this point, so I had 2 stamina apples, which you can do by day 3. There's also a lot of hidden places where the game lets you stand. And then there's these different terrace levels as you go up where you can actually stand and walk around. Be sure to check on these to see if you might have any cinnablooms. So the classic adventurer's helmet is by this temple on the right side in a chest. So there are these little bits of lava that kind of stick out like stairs that you can kind of climb up. Stamina recharges, climb up again, stamina recharges. At the top of those is another chest with a black dye pouch in it. There's some more Gudetama here. Always be on the lookout for any of the resources you can collect as you go up as well. So this temple has a boulder, don't worry about that, that'll be a later quest. Also don't forget to pick the cinnabloom if you have one there. Like everything else, it may or may not spawn in any of its given spawn areas. And be on the lookout for that iron as well. Now the route that ended up working for me when I did have the stamina that I did was just going directly up behind the temple. Now you're on the rim of the volcano and you can kind of see inside. And there are a number of little places that you can stand. So the rim is kind of broken up so we can walk on this part, and you can see from the map that there are a number of smaller pieces on the inside. And so if we jump and use the balloons, we can actually get to that middle section. And there's another Gudetama here, but there's also the Eruptoad. You'll notice it's nighttime when I'm doing this. You may want to do this in evening and nighttime. The Eruptoad is only out there, I think it's nighttime and in the morning, maybe? That'll be in the other video. So the Eruptoad was new, so I'm gonna keep my net out just in case there are other critters in here, because at the time I didn't know. Make sure to activate the fast travel point on the left side. And then there's a chest here that has that classic adventurer's jacket in it. Both of those are left of the temple. So now we have an entrance to go inside the volcano. Now, if you touch the lava, it's gonna reset you. So it requires some climbing. So I climbed up on the left side. Again, we have these little lava pools that act kind of like steps where you can recharge your stamina. If you have less stamina than I did, you may need to take smaller steps. Just make sure you don't step in the center of them where the lava is, or on the lava wall. Then I use the balloons to float to the other side. And there's kind of a bigger ledge here where you can actually stand and walk around. And over here, there's some temple steps. It has a chest, and inside the chest, you'll find some fabric. I want to say it's not a real exciting reward for having gotten here, but at the same time, if you do this early game, that's actually pretty useful. Now right here is actually where that last Gudetama was that I was missing, and I didn't find it until my camera glitched. I want to include the camera glitch because it's a lot of spinning in and out of bounds. But if you go up this first set of pillars here, right next to this area where you can kind of have these steps, you can float over to the next set of pillars. You might be able to simply climb up them, and that is where I found one of the Gudetama. So from here you have these little climbing ledges to bring you down to the next area. And then this slopes down onto kind of the main part of this side. There are various pools of lava here you'll want to avoid. This is also the main spawn point for the Magmiter. So the little magma spider. You can catch it here. It spawns really regularly. If you follow this path along to the right side and keep on going, this much larger lava area is actually a lava lake where you can do some fishing. You don't have to go to the island in the middle to fish, but I did. Now it took me a while for any of the fish to bite here, so maybe I should have used some bait to speed that up. So I did eventually try it. I think the bait is just supposed to make them bite faster. So I caught a tiny armored bass here, and because the first time that you fish in lava is also a collections achievement, and you get the guitar, and that guitar that you get as your reward is actually the 3 heart gifts for Retsuko. Unfortunately, you won't be able to craft more of them until much later in the game, but that does give you one time that you can at least give Retsuko a 3 heart gift. Pretty early on. I also caught some magma clamfish here. So I explored the area a little bit more. I don't think I really found anything else in this area, but I'm the type of player who's gonna jump on everything, climb on everything, try to see everything if I can. I'm pretty sure I probably still missed some things, but here you have another minecart ride at the end, and that's how you'll proceed to the next chamber of the volcano. So this next room has a number of places with lava that you want to avoid. It's kind of squiggly. So there's an island in the lava, and then there's some shelves on the other side opposite you and a cave on your side. I'll pull up the map in most of the rooms so you can kind of get an idea for how the rooms connect. So I crossed the lava river, climbed up on the other side because it looked like there might be an old temple on the other side, maybe a puzzle room. Turns out again, it wasn't a puzzle room, but it was a chest with another spark in it. So I climbed around most of the rest of that shelf. You can see there were actually little places where you could climb down there as well. Now there's kind of this melted temple on the other side, and it didn't appear that there was anything there or nearby it. There is a Gudetama down here on the far end. And there it is on the map. There is a chest over here, and it has a spark in it. So that's on that little island in the middle, but if you miss it, you're just missing a spark, but maybe you need that for the point you're at in the game. And then the exit for this area is this cave on the side. Once you go through there, there's another Gudetama to take a picture of. And there's a chest right here by the entrance as well. So this chest has a yellow dye pouch in it. Now getting from this platform to the next areas took me a bit of trial and error, but eventually I found climbing up this wall on the side, climbing around and taking a break on that first little lava pool, and then climbing up higher. There's this little ledge here. And then if you go up a little bit higher, you get another ledge, and you can use the balloons to get down from here to this center area. Or you can hop down on the temple. Now the one on the left has a chest. And here's kind of where that is on the map. So that whole center area, you can't touch the ground because the floor is lava. That's pretty much the rule for the volcano. Most of the places, the floor is lava. Now there is another tunnel on the other side, so I wanted to see where that goes as well. But let's look in this chest first. So we have a blank book. Now what I did was climb up on this left side. There's kind of a matching ledge over here by the temple. And then I used the balloons, but really there was another ledge that was a little bit closer. So going from there using the balloons was a bit easier. And there are these little steps that you can climb up to get to this cave entrance. But when we go through the cave entrance, here's where we are on the map. We're kind of back where we already were. So you can see that bottom cave entrance, that leads us over here where we just were. So I decided that's not where I want to go. We need to go to that minecart so that we can keep going through the volcano. But that does give you another option. If you're finding the way that I went too difficult, you might want to go through that other entrance, pick up the things in the chest, and then go back and go through that other cave entrance to this area. Alright, so we'll take the minecart to the next chamber in the volcano. So this is what that looks like on the map. And these are pretty continuous, the ones will show you with the minecart. You can catch the Magmiter here as well. The volcano has a lot of things that look like the puzzle room temples, but you can't actually go inside any of them. Most of them are just holding places for the various chests. Now I climbed way too high on this wall of the volcano, kind of got to see its insides, but that's not a wall you can actually go over. And the camera gets a little bit confused when you go too high in the volcano. So I took my balloons over here. You can also just walk. And this is where you can catch the Stampeedle. So out on this dock, we have another chest. And in that chest, we have a wood block. If you come to this part that sticks out a little bit more, we have another Gudetama. So that's over here on the map. As you can see, you can catch both the Stampeedle and the Magmiter in this chamber. Now, if you go through the door at the end, you'll end up in the next chamber of the volcano. And there's two ways to go down. They both go to the same place. As you can see, it looks kind of like a ring. One of them you have to kind of jump down the rocks. The other, you're going to walk around the little loop. And you can catch the Stampeedle in here as well. I think there's always been one Stampeedle spawn in here. There is a Gudetama on the rocks. Be sure not to miss the chest that is up here on the left. That has a tropical lamp in it. Maybe one of the better items that we've seen in a chest in this run. Now here, to get out of this chamber, we have yet another minecart ride. However, this chamber you can't actually cross at this point in the game. So I tried every way that I could, and I was able to cross that tiny valley, but every time it just kept resetting me to this side, and I was so frustrated. Luckily, I talked to some folks in Discord who confirmed that no, you cannot cross this chamber. It's almost like there's an invisible wall, and that's because later on, in the actual Volcano quest, that's going to be the entry point. So when you do the Volcano quest later, you're going to go through the entire volcano backwards of what we did. So you'd actually start in this chamber and work your way back to come out at the Caldera, that center, the crater of the volcano. So hopefully that helps you make it through the volcano in early game and perhaps catch some of the critters that you were looking for. If you're looking for help with content that came before or after this, be sure to also check out the live streams. All the recordings of the live streams are posted on the channel, and many of them have timestamps that you can click to go right to the quest or the area that you want to see. Subscribe for more Hello Kitty Island Adventure content and turn on notifications to find out the next time we go live. Hope to see you there.